Good day and welcome to the news. Tinubu, Atiku, Obi won't make good presidents. They are just deceiving Nigerians. Pastør Giwa. Now, the news in details. According to the popular pastor, the constitution of the country, which is defective, will hinder anyone who has the intention to perform. Pastor Adewale Giwa of Awaiting the Second Coming of Christ Ministry has said that none among the top 3 presidential candidates vying for the 2023 presidency will make a good president because they are only going there to get their share of the country's resources. According to the popular pastor, the constitution of the country, which is defective, will hinder anyone who has the intention to perform. Giwa, who spoke on Wednesday, emphasized that all efforts must be geared towards restructuring the country for proper administration. None of the top 3 candidates can make a good president. They are just going there to get their share from the resources of the common people. What Nigeria needs is disintegration. How can you become a president on a military constitution? How do you want to perform? A lot of things are wrong unless we address them. I repeat, none of them can make a good president. They are just deceiving Nigerians. I don't know what Christians in all the political parties, particularly in APC and PDP, are looking. That they are allowed the Muslim hijack the tickets of the party from them? They should be ashamed of themselves. I urge the Nigerians to pray very well. We need a Christian and competent president, not a Muslim president. We should deliberate on how to change the 1999 constitution. Any presidential candidate that fails to sign a paper showing Nigerians that when he becomes the president, he will restructure the country and change the 1999 constitution is not ready to serve the people. Giwa added that Peter Obi should exercise patience. He has a long way to go. He is not a saint. How many lawmakers does Labour Party have in the National Assembly? We should not deceive ourselves. He should just align himself with somebody he thinks is competent to change the 1999 constitution and to restructure the constitution. If Nigerians vote a saint without restructuring the country, what we will experience will be a total failure. So here we have Pastor Adewale Giwa of Awaiting the Second Coming Christ Ministry saying that all top 3 presidential candidates in the names of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party PDP, and Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party aren't going to make good presidents, that they are only going there to get their own share of the country's resources. And he said that the constitution is the main problem, as the constitution is defective and will hinder anyone who has the intention to perform. He also talked about how Nigeria needs disintegration, that how can you become a president on a military constitution. And he also talked about the likes of Christians in parties like APC and PDP looking on as Muslims are hijacking the tickets of the party from them. And he said they should be ashamed of themselves. And he says, I urge Nigerians to pray very well that Nigeria needs a Christian and competent president, not a Muslim president. And here is where I come in. Religion doesn't discriminate. Be it Christian, be it Muslim, religion don't discriminate. And if this person is a pastor and is talking about how Christians should be ashamed of themselves just because they didn't get the presidential ticket or actually get party ticket, then I personally feel the pastor himself should be the one that should be ashamed of himself, because every ticket that is won in any election is actually done through a primary election, and we all know that the people in the party are then asked to vote, and whoever emerges the winner actually gets the ticket. And what is in the Bible doesn't discriminate against any religion. Yes, we are Christians, you are a Christian, you read your Bible, doesn't mean that the next person to you that is a Muslim is not as good as you are or is bad. So religion doesn't discriminate, and this person is not just a Christian, he's also a pastor, meaning that he's a leader. This person has followers, he's a leader, he preaches the gospel, and here he is talking about how Christians should be ashamed because the Muslims are winning election tickets, and it just goes to show how some people, why they say religious leaders and clergymen shouldn't have a say in politics, because then we have the likes of this trying to divide people into Muslims and Christians. Yes, we've had issues with the Muslims here in Nigeria, basically with the Boko Haram and terrorism and insurgency, but doesn't necessarily mean that it actually covers all Muslims. I mean, there are Muslims living in various parts of Nigeria that don't even that are not terrorists. So you can't say because people that are actually disturbing Nigerians are Hausas and terrorists, then you decide to target that all Muslims are terrorists. No, it's not done. You don't stereotype people like that. So coming here to say how Christians should be ashamed of themselves just because they didn't get to win the ticket is actually very, very bad. At least that's what I feel. And it talked about how they should deliberate on how to change the 1999 constitution. And the constitution has been a problem in various administrations, with people talking about how the 1999 constitution needs to be changed, and sometimes they do a little amendments here and there. But yes, the constitution needs to be changed, as certain things the constitution doesn't allow certain things. I mean, times have changed, periods have changed, a lot of things needs to be reviewed. And he also talked about Peter Obi exercising patience, and that he has a long way to go as he is not a saint. He said, how many lawmakers do Labour Party have in the National Assembly? And for those who don't understand this statement, yes, even if Peter Obi wins the presidency tomorrow or come 2023, becomes the president of Nigeria, a lot of laws that needs to be made is actually made in the National Assembly, and the president doesn't have the utmost say. A lot of laws and doctrines, a lot of laws are made in the National Assembly and they are voted there. So imagine if the National Assembly is actually full of people from APC or PDP or the Labour Party, which is Peter Obi's party, don't really have supporters in the National Assembly. It's actually going to cause a little imbalance in his administration. So Pastor Giwa is saying that Nigerians, even if Nigerians vote a saint, that without proper restructuring, the experience will still be a failure. So with that being said, he has a point, but then again, it shouldn't come at Christians and try to bring religious war into this, because I feel as Nigerians, as a nation in Nigeria, we already have enough problems. I mean, everybody is tired of the northerners and insecurity and all that. The Southwest wants their own nation, and the Southeast also want their own nation. So yes, we don't need to bring in religious war, as even though The country is divided. I mean, if we have the Oduduwa nation tomorrow and we have the Biafra nation tomorrow, I mean, there are still going to be Christians and Muslims in both nations. So yes, we don't need a religious war here in Nigeria. And this coming from a pastor isn't proper. So I would love to hear the views and opinions from you, my able listeners. What do you think about this? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your loved ones. That's it from us today, guys. Thank you and God bless.